Hello and welcome. What if Prince Harry's return to the UK is more troubling than it appears? Rumors of deepening personal and royal tensions suggest this trip may lead to more conflict than resolution. And by the time you hear the final revelation, it might leave the royal family in deeper turmoil than ever before. Since leaving the royal family in 2020, Harry and Meghan's popularity has tanked. They left the UK hoping for a new life of privacy and independence, but instead, they've faced an avalanche of criticism from both the British and American public. What could have gone so wrong? Many point to the endless interviews, controversial comments, and the infamous Oprah tell all as the source of their plummeting reputation. But is it really that simple? In truth, the issue goes far deeper. According to PR expert Edward Coram James, Harry and Meghan's downfall isn't due to who they are. It's due to the complete disaster that is their public relations strategy. Yep, that's right. It's not their decision to step back from the royal family, nor their personalities, but a series of catastrophic PR missteps that have made them so unapproachable and, frankly, unlikable to so many. Let's rewind for a second. Back in 2017, Harry and Meghan were the golden couple of the royal family. They were young, glamorous, and everything the monarchy needed to feel modern and relevant. But behind the scenes, things were less than perfect. The two quickly became dissatisfied with their roles, culminating in their shocking decision to leave the UK and start a new life in California. At first, it seemed like they might pull it off. The world was watching, and there was a genuine interest in how this bold new chapter would unfold. But what came next was nothing short of a PR disaster. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, instead of laying low and letting their actions speak for themselves, decided to do a series of high-profile interviews. From the bombshell Oprah interview to countless public statements about their grievances with the royal family, Harry and Meghan couldn't seem to stop talking, and the public grew tired of it. According to Coram James, this is where their PR team went completely wrong. It's not that Harry and Meghan are bad people, he explains. For all we know, they could be incredibly kind and caring individuals. But the problem is, their PR strategy was a mess. They overexposed themselves, constantly rehashing the same issues, and it wore people out. Think about it. Every time Harry and Meghan made headlines, it wasn't about their charitable work or their personal achievements. It was about their grievances with the royal family. The public was bombarded with negativity, and eventually, people just stopped caring. They went from being the royals who had it all to being seen as out-of-touch complainers. And this is why their popularity nosedived. It wasn't who they were as people, but rather how they managed their public image that turned the public against them. But here's the twist. It seems they've finally learned their lesson. Over the past year, Harry and Meghan have taken a step back from the public eye. They've refocused their efforts on more positive endeavors, such as Harry's work with the Invictus Games and Meghan's advocacy against bullying. Their approach now seems far more measured and intentional, and for the first time in a while, they're actually starting to win back some favor. In fact, the couple has been noticeably quieter when it comes to discussing the royal family. Instead, they're letting their work speak for itself. Harry's acceptance of the Pat Tillman Award at the ESPAs was a clear sign that he's ready to move forward and focus on the future, not the past. And their recent interview with CBS, where they discussed important social issues like youth bullying, suggests that they're finally finding a narrative that resonates with the public. But as Prince Harry makes his return behind the scenes, there's still deep tension. A recent leak has left King Charles feeling betrayed, and it may have put any chance of reconciliation at serious risk. It's been 4 years of non-stop drama for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Ever since they walked away from their royal duties in early 2020, dubbed Megxit, the media, the public, and even the royals themselves have been gripped by the fallout, from accusations of racism within the family to mental health struggles and the growing rift between Harry and his brother William. It's been a roller coaster that no one could have anticipated. But now, just as some cracks of hope for reconciliation seem to be appearing, Meghan might be preparing to launch a nuclear-level attack in the form of a tell-all memoir. And the price? An eye-watering $100 million, with the potential for even more if she decides to turn the story into a blockbuster biopic. You can already hear the palace gates trembling. So, what exactly is Meghan planning? According to publishing insiders, the demand for her memoir is sky high, with figures being thrown around that would make anyone stop and consider. Tens of millions of dollars are already on the table, with publishers desperate to get their hands on what could be the most sought-after royal book of the century. But that's not all. Sources are hinting at the possibility of a biopic being released alongside the memoir, an unprecedented move that could see the total payday soar to over $100 million. Yes, you read that right. Meghan Markle could command a staggering fortune simply by telling her side of the story. But at what cost to Harry and his delicate attempts to reconnect with his royal family? Meghan's life has been nothing short of extraordinary, filled with the highs of Hollywood stardom, the challenges of being a woman of mixed race navigating both fame and royal life, and the intense scrutiny that comes with being married to a prince. She has insights and stories that no one else in the world could ever share. And for that reason, her memoir will undoubtedly be a global sensation. But it's not just the juicy royal gossip that publishers are after. Meghan's story stretches far beyond her time in the UK, from her childhood as a daughter of divorce to the early days of her acting career. This memoir will delve into it all, every struggle, every triumph, every heartache. While Meghan has been biding her time, insiders say that she has always known this day would come. For years, she's been keeping detailed journals of her life experiences, and now she's ready to spill the contents. The public wants the truth, her truth, and Meghan seems prepared to deliver it. But here's where things get even more interesting. Harry, the Duke of Sussex, has been desperately trying to reconcile with his family, even reportedly having secret talks with his father, King Charles, about performing some minor royal duties. There's even speculation that he misses parts of his old life and wants to find a way to navigate both worlds. But how can that happen if Meghan's memoir, potentially filled with damning revelations, hits the shelves? Will this memoir be the final nail in the coffin of Harry's royal ties? We've already seen glimpses of the damage that these revelations can cause. Earlier this year, Harry's own memoir, Spare, sent shockwaves through the world as he accused his brother William of physically attacking him and his sister-in-law Kate Middleton of making Meghan cry before their 2018 wedding. The royal family has largely remained silent on these allegations, but the tension has been palpable. And now, just as Harry tries to take a step back from the chaos and rebuild, Meghan's memoir threatens to reignite the flames of controversy. But let's not overlook Meghan's strategic timing. For years, she's remained quiet, relatively speaking, choosing to hold off on releasing her full story. Some say it was for the sake of peace, to avoid further friction with the royal family. Others believe she was waiting for the perfect moment when public interest would peak, ensuring maximum impact and, of course, a hefty payday. However, sources close to the couple insist that this isn't just about money. Meghan feels that she has endured enough and that she deserves to share her side of the story truthfully and without sugarcoating. It's about taking control of her narrative and, in her eyes, setting the record straight. And then there's the question of revenge. Is this memoir Meghan's way of finally settling the score with the royals? Insiders certainly seem to think so. After all, the past 4 years haven't been kind to Meghan, with constant accusations, media backlash, and reports branding her as Duchess difficult in recent weeks. Damning allegations have surfaced, claiming that Meghan belittles staff and barks orders like a dictator in high heels. Is it any wonder that she might want to strike back? For Team Sussex, this memoir is seen as inevitable, and when it drops, it will undoubtedly be a form of revenge. But will it come at the cost of Harry's hard-won peace efforts? And let's not forget the bigger picture. Meghan's memoir isn't just a private family squabble being aired in public. It's a global story that touches on issues of race, privilege, mental health, and identity, topics that resonate far beyond the confines of the royal family. The world is watching, and when this story breaks, it won't just be a British scandal. It will be an international media frenzy, with repercussions that could be felt for years to come. So, the question remains, is Meghan ready to pull the trigger? And if she does, can Harry's fragile peace with his family survive the fallout? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: when this memoir is released, nothing will ever be the same again. But as Harry faces his past and present struggles, could his personal conflicts be tearing him and Meghan apart? And will this latest trip to the UK bring reconciliation, Or will it drive an even bigger wedge between them and the royal family?